7 days pass in a blink, shifting from the void silence to the bustling mortal world. The ancient city is festive with lights, unaware that a power capable of shaking the heavens has quietly arrived. The show is about to begin. Beneath the lively streets, dark currents swirl as mysterious visitors blend into the crowd. In the shadows, oppressive green energy stirs. The whisper of being only here for fun reveals a deep mockery and provocation toward the sacred land. Stepping through the sacred land's gates, polite greetings cannot mask the burning anxiety in the air. The purple-haired disciple is desperate to rush in and save her sister, but her companion knows the dangers here. Every step must be taken with caution. Surrounded by powerful enemies, Yibei shocks everyone by demanding to wait for them all to arrive before striking. His arrogance leaves his disciples jaw-dropped. Are the legendary great emperors mere sacrificial lambs in their master's eyes? Yibei casually turns this death match into a training session, promising his disciples they will soon be emperors too. Before his words fade, the atmosphere shifts abruptly. The three great emperors of the heavenly pool have arrived with thundering momentum. As the red curtains shake violently amidst falling petals, three imposing figures step forth. Their disdainful gaze and suffocating pressure announce the arrival of the sacred land's supreme power, instantly silencing the entire hall. At the grand ceremony, the bride in red stands alone. Amidst the festive noise, her hands clench tightly within her sleeves. There is no anticipation for a wedding in her heart, only the desolate resolve to perish with her enemies. Just as the wedding begins, chaos erupts. A sharp yellow beam tears through the peaceful facade, causing maids to scream in terror. But under the red veil, the bride looks up sharply, not in fear, but seeing the opportunity she has been waiting for. As the light fades, the embrace she dreamed of becomes reality. Yibei boldly declares his claim. In this moment, her shock turns into endless grievance and reliance. That single cry of master shatters all her despair. Ignoring worldly judgment, he holds his suffering disciple tight. Facing the pointing crowd and the sacred land's fury, Yibei's rage ignites. His roar, "Let go of my Linga," unleashes the overwhelming battle intent of a master protecting his own. Since the facade is torn, let the battle rage. Yibei soars into the air holding Linger, weaving through the sky filled with explosions and blade shadows. Even if he must fight the world, he won't let anyone hurt her again. With the wedding ruined, the sacred land's experts explode in rage, unleashing violent purple energy to shred the intruder. The once celebratory guests are left with nothing but terrified screams as they scatter in panic. Above the firmament, a massive magic circle activates, sending a devastating beam of light crashing down like divine punishment. The earth cracks, debris flies, and the entire venue is instantly reduced to ruins under this strike. Just then, a divine sword wrapped in terrifying thunder tears through the air, forcefully intercepting the destruction beam. The little disciple tears up, seeing that familiar sword energy, its fourth sister. Reinforcements have arrived. Silver hair dances with chilling sword intent. The fourth sister descends dominantly, pointing her sword at the crowd to reclaim her sisters. In this moment of reunion, all grievances turn into tears of excitement. The sect is assembled and unstoppable. Everyone is here. The horn of counterattack sounds. Since the sisters have arrived, the heavenly pool sacred land is destined to bear the devil emperor's wrath. Yibei explodes with thunder, ready to gift these hypocrites an unforgettable present. Time is tight. Yibei hovers in the night sky, looking down like a god upon ants. He coldly counts down 10 seconds, giving the irrelevant a final chance to flee, for the battlefield is about to become hell. The crowd flees like a collapsing tide. Survival instinct creates utter chaos. Yibei sprints through the corridors, his blade dancing to cut down any shadow that dares approach. Right now, he is a guardian god and a grim reaper. Murderous intent erupts. A purple-clad assassin strikes from the shadows, blade fast as lightning. Yibei reacts instantly, blocking with a spray of sparks. Facing this despicable ambush, his eyes overflow with killing intent. If you seek death, so be it. The enemy's counterattack is ferocious. The purple-haired woman descends with a mocking laugh, delivering a crushing blow that sends everyone reeling from a shockwave. Despicable tactics follow. The blue-haired woman holds a hostage, flames dancing at her fingertips, threatening to turn the man's son into an undead puppet. The evil aura shocks the bystanders. Someone recognizes the undead demon technique. and although the leader tries to dismiss it as escaped prisoners, panic begins to spread. Faced with this threat, the red-haired mother is furious. Yet, the horned villain sneers with utter contempt. He doesn't need a hostage to kill them all. A massive explosion erupts. Seeing her son in mortal danger, the mother goes berserk, her body engulfed in raging flames, determined to drag these villains down with her. The Heavenly Pool's ultimate technique, the Xiantian Palm, crashes down with devastating pressure. Yet, amidst the despair, Yi Bei lets out a cold, dismissive laugh. A mere Xiantian Palm? Is that all? They unite to form a blue energy net to withstand the blow. Dust and fire shoot into the sky. But as the smoke clears, that figure stands tall and unscathed. The pink-haired man keenly senses a spatial fluctuation. Instead of panicking, he smiles cruelly like a cat cornering a mouse. Only escaped a few meters? It seems your fate is sealed. Who said we're running? The purple-haired disciple's eyes gleam with madness. Since you seek death, taste this forbidden technique, Plague of the Dead. The sky instantly transforms into a graveyard. A massive skeletal phantom roars as it crashes down, leaving the blue-robed man staring up in horror at this vision from hell. Realizing the summoner's threat, the enemy attempts a sneak attack. In the nick of time, a white-robed figure descends like a meteor, her sword intent slashing through the air to intercept. The aerial battlefield is chaotic, the strength of these demon women striking fear into the enemy. All eyes involuntarily shift to the center of it all, that young man. Yi Bei holds nothing back. An ancient rune array manifests behind him, a golden artifact hovering as the terrified space around him seems ready to tear apart. His aura is skyrocketing. The speed of his power-up is inhuman. The enemies stare in wide-eyed terror. This power is shattering all limits. Madman, this is half-emperor-level power. Amidst the weaving of thunder and starlight, the true demon head has descended. Meanwhile, in the real world, the translators are working tirelessly, burning the midnight oil just to bring this thrilling action to the audience instantly. Back to the battlefield. Yi Bei leaps from the ruins, his disciples crying out in joy. If not for the supreme demon bone's protection, that last hit might have been fatal. The disciples stand ready, gazing forward. The enemy is utterly baffled. How can this boy, who forcibly raised his power, possess such freakishly durable defense? Abandoning all restraint, Yi Bei's eyes gleam with wild ambition. He decisively selects his path from the system interface, the Tao of undead summoning. Instantly, a massive rune formation unfurls in the void, releasing a surge of energy so overwhelming it suffocates everyone present. The enemy realizes with shock that this vast energy comes from the stolen Imperial transformation pool. Enraged, he roars an order to tear the thief apart. In the freezing rain, a comrade collapses. Panic strikes the eye-patch-wearing warrior and the silver-haired cultivator as they shout, checking for signs of life. Your opponents are us. The disciples step forward, unleashing the green lotus sword intention, creating a storm of sword chi that intercepts the enemy's assault. Blasted back by terrifying purple energy, the enemy cultivators stare in disbelief. These seemingly delicate women possess the power of demons. A violent energy vortex rages mercilessly, swallowing a figure instantly and flinging her away with devastating impact, her fate unknown. Suddenly, a blindfolded man dives from above, his sword chi like a rainbow. The disciples form a formation to intercept, and their powers clash violently in midair. The blindfolded man hovers in the void, runes swirling madly around him. With a roar, he unleashes the forbidden otherworldly summoning. The void tears open, and grotesque, red mechanical monsters burst from the ground. Confronted with these alien creatures, everyone's eyes fill with deep horror. The massive mechanical head glows with eerie blue light, dwarfing the figure below. Yet, the red-haired disciple stands fearless, facing the steel beast's gaze alone. A destructive beam pierces her defenses, slamming into her chest. Gritting her teeth with burning rage, she is nonetheless blown backward by the terrifying impact. If we kill the summoner, the monsters will vanish. Amidst the chaos, the key to victory is found, targeting the blindfolded man at the storm center. With a weakness exposed, the counterattack strikes like thunder. Sharp sword lights tear through the sky, accompanied by blood and agonizing screams. The enemy suddenly realizes he was mere bait. This insidious plot was never about him. The true targets were Elder Hu and the others in the rear. Too late to save him, The violent attack lands. The bald elder is crushed, the earth cracks with a deafening roar, and dust instantly swallows him. Smoke lingers, but the monsters advance again. These things know no pain, fear no death. The survivor's voice trembles with deep despair. With no retreat possible, they fight to the death. Under the red-haired master's command, the disciples rally their full power for a final, all-out assault. The target attempts to flee into the void, enraging the silver-haired disciple. Yi Bei's eyes remain cold as he commands. After him, instantly accelerating towards the sanctuary's deepest secrets. Amidst the sprint, Yi Bei questions Lien Yuanda if any stronger presence exists. The purple-haired disciple answers firmly. The Holy Lord is the absolute apex of Tianqi's power. Something's wrong. Yi Bei senses a trap, realizing the enemy deliberately slowed down to lure them here. They skid to a halt before an ancient, vine-covered forbidden gate, leaving Lien Yuanda pale with shock. A massive seal, rune marks the stone gate, radiating a bone-chilling cold. The air is thick with a nauseating scent of decay, the unmistakable aura of a powerful undead. Lien Yuanda warns with a trembling voice that this is a death trap restricted to holy lords. Unfazed, Yi Bei issues a cold, absolute command. Open it. With the master's command given, obedience is the only path. The old man conjures a brilliant blue magic circle, and with a dutiful yes, master, the seal begins to flicker violently. The stone gate rumbles open, revealing a dark, unfathomable tunnel spewing purple mist. Warning each other to stay alert, they step into the path of unknown destruction. Reaching the cave's depths, a shattered altar comes into view. The Holy Lord stands before a crystal pulsating with eerie purple light, a desperate smile of madness curving his lips. Ancestors above, Tianqi is in peril. Help me, the Holy Lord screams, kneeling. But the ancient runes only roar back, unfilial wretch. Just then, Yi Bei arrives, killing intent fully unleashed. Amidst the roar, Yi Bei unleashes his demonic aura, black and gold robes flapping wildly. Standing in the center of the purple formation, he declares dominantly, "In my territory, you do not do as you please." Two forces collide violently, shattering the earth and sending debris flying. The terrifying shockwave instantly swallows everything, the blinding light piercing everyone's eyes. As the dust settles, 7 twisted figures emerge from the purple vortex. Seeing their inhuman faces, Yi Bei and his disciples shrink back in horror. These are the souls of the past holy lords. Lien Yuanda is struck with absolute terror, cold sweat pouring down. Impossible. The first holy lord died 10 millennia ago. How can they exist as such monsters? The holy lord attempts to command the ancestor souls, unaware his doom is sealed. Yi Bei sneers, his demonic aura transforming into a devouring maw, ending the Holy Lord's life amidst a blood-curdling scream. The screaming stops abruptly, leaving only devastation behind. The disciples watch with mixed expressions, while that solitary, cold figure stands tall, looking exceptionally proud in the purple afterglow. From the darkness, a massive demonic face materializes, its greedy gaze locking onto the weakest prey. That girl looks the most delicious. Fear instantly crawls across the maiden's face. Massive chains span the void, purple demon fire raging at the abyss's entrance. Several dark silhouettes stand like hell's gatekeepers, silently awaiting the moment of sacrifice. In the gloomy sealed grounds, purple flames erupt instantly. Yi Bei's gaze sharpens as he shields his shaken disciple, while the arrogant enemy soul dares to lay claim to the girl. In the darkness, the greedy soul mocks the Tianqi holy land, his arrogant laughter echoing through the void. He threatens to consume their spiritual power, oblivious that the Grim Reaper has arrived. Just as the disciples cry out in fear for their master, the enemy's mockery is cut short. Yi Bei's heavy fist, laden with destructive aura, smashes through the opponent's arrogance. As the smoke clears, Yi Bei stands amidst surging purple light, a mocking sneer on his lips. The invisible pressure sends a chill of true terror through the once arrogant enemy. "I am here to end the Tianqi holy land," Yi Bei declares dominantly. Chains coil like vipers around the struggling soul, its desperate screams piercing the void. The tables turn instantly. The hunter becomes the prey. The soul screams for help in terror, realizing his power is being frantically devoured by Yi Bei, with no escape in sight. Chaos engulfs the battlefield as the blue-haired disciple shouts a warning to support her master. Yet, Amidst the weaving lightning and chains, Yibei moves effortlessly, dominating the scene. Suffocating demonic energy erupts, not to harm, but to resonate. The enemies are petrified. Their boasted dark power is nothing but a child's trick before the true demon emperor. A massive demonic shadow shrouds the world, fear shattering the enemy's mental defenses. They kneel and beg for mercy, while the disciples are both shocked and confused by the pure demonic energy surging within their master. You are not worthy. The cold verdict falls, devoid of mercy. The red-purple energy vortex spins relentlessly, instantly crushing and absorbing the begging skeleton. With a low shout, the last remnant of the soul is obliterated amidst splattering blood, leaving only a heavy, murderous aura of destruction in the air. Even the last grotesque face attempting to plead innocence is casually crushed by Yibei. Having cleaned up the trash, he scans the surroundings coldly, confirming the familiar summons from deep within. As the battle subsides, Yibei takes the moment to teach. Under the eerie blue night, he solemnly instructs his disciple on distinguishing demons from the undead, a moment of grave mentorship. Feeling this supreme demon bone rejoice within him, Yibei explains the origin of these souls to his puzzled disciples. These so-called immortals were merely pitiful slaves trapped by a demonic artifact. Deep underground, a massive rune circle glowing with eerie red light blocks the path. Yibei orders his disciples to stay behind, walking alone into the unknown abyss with resolute determination. Fingertips touch the cold rune, and a scorching sensation instantly surges through him. Yibei's gaze sharpens. He found it, the aura of his own supreme demon stomach. The moment the connection is made, the demon in the dimension screams in agony. The seal is triggered, the sleeping secret is about to be unveiled, and a new storm is brewing. Meanwhile, a brown-haired woman stares at a corpse, her pupils constricting in shock. She realizes with horror that beneath the ordinary shell hides the body of a true demon. Yibei stands before the ancient ruins, his mind drifting back to the war between humans and demons eons ago. Frowning, he questions not only the presence of this sealed, noble demon corpse, but the hidden truth behind it. His fingers curl into a tight fist, knuckles whitening with tension. If this demon is of noble lineage and shouldn't be here, the situation is far more complex than it seems, and a sense of unease rises within him. Seeking answers, Yibei projects his consciousness into his storage space to interrogate the captured soul. Under the demon emperor's crushing aura, the prisoner trembles in terror, forced to reveal the secret of the dying demon corpse. In reality, the massive blue demon corpse lies silent among the rubble, bound tight by black seals. Though lifeless, its grotesque musculature still radiates a suffocating sense of oppression. This is not just a corpse, but a testament to karma. Yibei recalls the fools who worship demons for immortality, only to be backlashed into monsters, and sneers at the justice of fate. Learning the demon race isn't extinct, Yibei's gaze sharpens instantly. To prevent future disasters, he gathers violent purple lightning in his palm. Since he found it, he will utterly erase this potential threat. He steps into the center of the crimson rune circle, blue-purple mana surging around him like a tidal wave. The entire sealed ground trembles under his power as a purge of the ancient force begins. With a low shout of condense, the golden artifact rises, spinning amidst the lightning. The massive demon remains and energy are instantly compressed and devoured by this domineering force, taken for his own use. A crisp clap echoes, signaling the end of the gamble. In this game against ancient powers, Yibei once again emerges as the sole winner, holding all variables in the palm of his hand. Watching from afar, the disciples are overwhelmed with shock. The fourth sister gazes at his earth-shattering silhouette, remarking that even 300 years ago, Master could crush saints like ants, and now he is unfathomable. Now that Master has reached the divine court realm, slaying great emperors is effortless. Hearing this, the little junior sister's eyes sparkle with adoration, gazing in infinite longing at absolute power. No matter how time passes, that faith remains unchanged. With hands clasped and tears welling up for the little junior sister, simply being by her master's side, protecting or protected, is the greatest happiness of her life. An hour later, the terrifying red energy has been completely absorbed. Yibei walks down the stairs, waving casually to his stunned disciples. Done. Nothing left here, let's go. However, Linger keenly senses something amiss. though Master's cultivation level appears unchanged. Her intuition tells her that the man before her has undergone a drastic transformation in his aura. Seeing Ling Er staring, Yibei suddenly smiles and teases gently. Ling Er, you look beautiful in that wedding dress. This direct compliment instantly turns the serious Ling Er beet red, leaving her stammering. The air instantly fills with the scent of romance. The other sisters, watching this sweet scene, feel a twinge of jealousy, resting their chins in their hands and complaining, "Oh my, why doesn't Master praise us too?" The girls instantly switch to rivalry mode, some recalling past whippings, others showing off it was love education. Amidst laughter and playful bickering, the tension of the previous battle vanishes into thin air. Yibei solemnly promises never to let Linger suffer again, moving her to tears. But suddenly, his inner monologue shifts gears as he screams internally at the air. System, are we done with the touching moment? Where on earth is my reunion reward? Yibei wonders if her long imprisonment changed the system's trigger. Switching tactics, he opens his arms with a gentle smile, asking for a hug, causing Linger to tremble with overwhelming shyness. While Linger's heart races with confused anticipation, Yibei suddenly lunges forward. Amidst falling cherry blossoms, she lets out a startled cry at the abrupt and intimate embrace. The spectacle catches the disciples off guard. Some clasp their hands in bashful delight, while others gape in shock, the air filled with an awkward yet sweet romantic tension. Lien Yinda stares in disbelief at the Demon Emperor's softer side, while a senior sister teases Linger. As Linger swoons in happiness, the system chimes. Task complete, cultivation speed boosted. Pleased with the boost, Yibei immediately instructs Linger to train hard and catch up with her sisters. Seeing the fierce determination in her eyes, he nods in approval. Credits and recruitment page. The story pauses briefly here. Deep in the forest, the group heads toward the tomb of Emperor Yi. With their master resurrected, the tomb's existence becomes a dangerous paradox, sparking a tense debate on whether to destroy it. Suddenly, a strange aura strikes. The sisters' expressions shift instantly. Pupils dilating, they recoil in shock, staring ahead as if terror has descended upon them. It was a false alarm. As they regroup, news arrives that the Tianqi sacred land is in ruins. The purple-haired disciple reports that the unleashed prisoners and undead army have thoroughly purged the area. Amidst the destruction, Linger blushes shyly at a thought, while the senior sisters behind her stand solemn, awaiting the master's final verdict on this wasteland. The disciples demand the site's destruction, as it was Linger's prison for centuries. Hearing her sisters willing to sacrifice such a treasure for her sake, Linger tears up, overwhelmed with gratitude. Yibei stops them, sensing something strange in the flowing energy. Before he can explain, an urgent shout breaks his contemplation. Forget that for now, there's something more important. A familiar figure emerges from the energy, Shaner. The silver-haired senior sister rushes forward to embrace her in surprise, realizing the master had planned this reunion all along. The team is finally assembled. Standing before the eerie blue halo, Yibei smiles confidently, his eyes burning with purpose. Good. Now that everyone is here, it's time to get to work. At the core of the sacred land, Yibei activates a technique, lifting a glowing golden cauldron into the air. He looks at his awestruck disciples. How much you gain from this depends entirely on yourselves. Immediately, energy erupts. The senior sister is surprised to see one of them already engulfed in orange spiritual fire, instantly entering a deep state of enlightenment. The opportunity has arrived. Sit and cultivate. Master is forging a path for us, the eldest sister commands urgently. A deafening boom echoes as Yibei, back-turned, fights the laws of heaven and earth alone. With a massive explosion, the dark space is illuminated by blinding blue light, ice crystals cascading like a galaxy. The disciples stare in shock, witnessing an unbelievable miracle. Deep underground, cracks appear. With a gasp, a massive green spiritual vein erupts. The treasure of Tianqi, slumbering for 1,000 years, finally sees the light of day. Boundless spiritual energy instantly fills the dome. The maiden's eyes widen in disbelief, tears welling up. This power is so pure, it is nothing short of a miracle. Beneath the starry sky, Yibei grits his teeth, enduring within the energy sphere. After a day and night of extreme torment, he snaps his eyes open. His aura has undergone a complete transformation. Green light cascades down like a waterfall, illuminating this mysterious space like a divine realm, breeding a suffocating pressure within the dead silence. Is this the barrier to the saint realm? Facing the surging energy vortex, Yi Bei's gaze is sharp as a blade. If countless geniuses stop here, then I will forcibly refine it all with the supreme demon bone. A deafening boom. The beam pierces heaven and earth. The seemingly indestructible dark seal crumbles inch by inch under the domineering power of the demon bone, exploding into seven-color divine light. Power of the supreme demon bone, fully unleashed. With a sky-shaking roar, Yi Bei looks up and screams, golden flames raging wildly around him, as if to shatter the firmament itself. The violent energy aftershocks sweep out like a tsunami, causing space itself to tremble violently, leaving only a towering figure bathed in golden light, like an ancient god or demon descending. I have become a saint. Yi Bei roars, clenching his fist. Yet before joy can settle, purple clouds roil overhead. The terrifying tribulation cloud descends. The true test of life and death begins now. Facing the crisis, Yi Bei looks down at his disciple. Do you want to become an emperor? Then go. The silver-haired maiden looks up in terror, tears flowing. Master, how can I put you in danger for my own sake? Don't suppress it. Go outside and face the tribulation. Leave the rest to me. Yi Bei's command is absolute. Gritting her teeth, the maiden transforms into a stream of light and soars upward, her heart filled with infinite gratitude and trust in her master. Illuminated by lightning, the will to fight burns in her eyes. Recalling the past, without her master, she would be nothing but a rotting corpse long ago. Today is the time for rebirth from the ashes. Without master, I would still be dead drunk at Tai by Sword Villa. Clasping her hands amidst the thunder, she screams with all her might. Master is like a father to me. With her heart unburdened, she turns into a piercing rainbow light, charging unhesitatingly towards the sky-filling tribulation. Her speed is so great that space itself screams. A charge against destiny. The Emperor Tribulation has 9 levels of thunder, each stronger than the last, enough to obliterate anything. But Yi Bei looks on with disdain, a cold sneer forming. This time, I make the rules. In the void, the maiden hovers, lightning dancing wildly around her. Holding her breath, she focuses her life's realization into a single point at her fingertips. Xian Yuan Sword Intent, rise. Sword Intent soars to the heavens, the magic circle below roaring to life. It is not just an explosion of power, but her resolute will to slash through all obstacles to protect her master. Whoosh! A brilliant blue beam tears through the darkness, carrying earth-shattering momentum as it blasts mercilessly towards the arrogant tribulation cloud. This strike is unstoppable. Fourth sister channels a torrent of blue lightning, but her fierce gaze suddenly shatters into shock. Below, her sisters scream in terror, their eyes locked on the ominous purple void swallowing the sky. With no path left for retreat, she crosses her arms, detonating the blinding demon heart thunder from her very core. A final, desperate gambit before the curtain falls.